Well, this is new. I am driving a battleship, the Ipiranga, South American battleship that came into the game just in the last couple of months. It was part of the early access event, and we are seeing these Ipirangas. We saw them in the clan battle season, and they are some pretty tough ships to deal with. All right, we have one submarine, three destroyers, two cruisers, five battleships, and one aircraft carrier on each team. I have spawned over on the far western flank, nearest our Alpha Cap. I'm going to work my way through these islands and get into position where I can work on whatever might be showing up in Alpha Cap. Ipiranga is a secondary type of a battleship. So she has good main guns, but her main thing is the secondaries, the small guns that are controlled by the computer rather than by me. I have very minimal control over them, but I can designate which ship I want them to focus on. And when I have somebody within range and can get the full effect of all of my secondaries on one side of my ship or the other, it's just a rain of secondary shells just lambasting them. And it's quite something. So hopefully we get to see this in action here. Well, our Salmon and Benson are tentatively moving up toward the general direction of Alpha Cap. They're not jumping right in there. We have radar on the other side, one Alaska, but that one has showed up way over on the other side of the map, so it's not going to be a problem to us here. However, we do have plenty of the enemy battleships, and I find myself broadside to another Ipiranga and an Amagi, which is a Japanese battleship with very hard-hitting shells. But then I also have in North Carolina another Amagi up north of me, so I'm kind of hemmed in. They pushed right on through that gap there. So I'm just going to try to angle to them, and if they're going to shoot at me, they don't get the best shot. Maybe they'll find something else juicier. Oh, speaking of juicy, there's an Albemarle up there. Now, Albemarle is one of the Tier 10 British cruisers that grows up to become the Goliath when they get to Tier 10. At Tier 8, they're not the best cruiser out there, but they can do a lot of damage to my Benson, who is currently doing a pretty good job hiding from everybody. Okay, just taking shots there at that DD. I had wanted to get shots there on the Albemarle, but it would help a lot if I can get the damage to that kid. Give my Benson a little break here. Alright, you saw some of my secondaries starting to fire. I designated the kid as priority target. Okay, since they can't see me, I'm going to swing back and maybe I can catch that DD or cruiser by surprise here. Have my AP loaded so it's ready for the cruiser. Although I wouldn't say no to getting good shots on the DD either. Okay, what do we have here? Well, there is the Albemarle. Here we go. All right, looks good. Oh yeah, good. Not quite a death strike, but boy, oh boy, he's an unhappy camper. You can't just be sailing straight and broadside to the battleships when you're a cruiser. If I was him, I wouldn't even have been in the cap. Let some other fools go in there. Okay, who should I shoot at? Trying to make up my mind. Let's take the Albemarle, because even at that angle I can get some good penetrations. Might even finish him. Oh darn it, he got our Bismarck, and I did not get him. Whoops. A few torps coming my way. Those look like, from that angle, those were Albemarle, which can go 10K. Ah, there we go. Okay, enemy Ipiranga down. We lost a battleship. They have lost, it looks like, 2 battleships. A Tier 9 battleship and a Tier 8. I'm looking up there at my team lineups, and it's hard to tell because they're dark when they're dead, but I think that's, I'm not even sure what type of a battleship that is. It looks like a Japanese name, but there are a couple of ships out here that are new to us. I think I am seeing quite a few ships that are being tested. Okay, we have just about taken out that Amagi. I'll be happy to finish the job though, because he's trying to heal. There we go.
Enemy battleship foundered.
I won't say that was exactly a kill steal because he was healing, and if he got a shot on our Otago, then an Amagi can finish an Otago or any other cruiser. Whoop, okay, Benson torps coming our way. Or Benham, that's a Benham. Oh my, okay. Benson is our ship. There's a Kid and a Benham in there then. Now Benham is an American DD that just puts out clouds of torps. Manufactures those torps. They're almost constantly in the water, so I've got to really watch out where they are. And they go a little bit over 10K. They're 10.5K torps. Alright, somebody got that Albemarle. One of my Amagis did. I'm going to try to finish this Amagi. Ipiranga has, there we go. Okay. That one's done. Oh. Thank you. Yeah, well, anyway, yeah, Amagi, or sorry, the Ipiranga has very good firing angles, so I don't have to open wide up in order to get my shells going. Oh, took that right on the nose.
Torpedoes direct front.
Whoop, here comes some more.
Torpedoes to port.
This has to be Benham because Kid only gets one set every 2 minutes. Whoop, here comes some shells. Now with my maneuverability, I can actually dodge those shells. If I was in a lot of other battleships, I just would have been taken. I have maneuverability. Oh, there we go. Okay, DD down. That rivals a lot of the cruisers that I drive.
Torpedoes, direct front.
Okay, well,
Our team has taken the lead.
more torps. We are taking Alpha Cap. That'll put us up by 1. 3-1.
Concentrate fire
And
on the enemy warship. Torpedoes to starboard.
we just lost our submarine, but I don't know. I have a hard time feeling bad about that. Okay, there's the North Carolina. So what I just did, if I hit other ships with enough of my secondaries, it allows me to activate my special commands, my special skills. And what this is doing is giving me more range and accuracy and faster reload on my secondaries. It creates a god-awful sound. Sounds like I'm... Whoop, somebody bonked my guns. There. Okay, so that's turned off now for now, but it gives my secondaries even more capability. Oh, good, Otago got that venom.
Ship is on fire.
Whoops. Alrighty.
Torpedoes, dead ahead.
Oh, here comes some more torps coming from all directions.
Our victory is in
There we
sight.
go. North Carolina's down.
Torpedoes, dead ahead.
He was in a bad spot. Don't know what he thought he was doing there, but whatever it was, it didn't work. Okay, the only thing left out here now is their CV, the Hornet. Okay,
Well done, Commander.
famous in World War II for taking a bunch of Air Force bombers on a bombing run into Tokyo,
Torpedoes,
and
direct front.
Hornets came out. Oh, I'm going to take a torp. Oh, darn, knocked out my steering gears. Well, that's not nice. Okay, so the Jimmy Doolittle raid happened with the Hornet taking him on that little ride. And so she has some of those planes. I don't know that we're going to see them or not. But she has, every couple minutes, can take out those special bombers and attack you with them. And they are pretty effective. Oh, good. Couple of citadels. Oh, now I am working on my naval battles. I needed to get 80,000 damage in order to get my star, and it looks like I got it at 144,000. So, okay, that's cool. Now, am I going to get another shot here? Yes. Are they going to reach? No, Pomeran stole it. Darn you. Okay. Well, that was a good one. Yes, I do have to say, I think these South American battleships are a bit overpowered, but, you know, it worked out for me this time, so I'll take everything I can get. Anyway, I did end up with 144,500 damage, and I did that with 51 main battery target hits, of which 40 of them did real damage. So that's actually a pretty good ratio there. Shot down 8 aircraft. Felt like there were a lot more aircraft coming at me than that, so maybe my AA isn't that great. But I'm not really focusing on that. Got the 3 kills, lit 4 fires. I'd say most of them with secondaries. 3 Citadel hits, and 82 secondary hits. And I really wasn't spending that much time in secondary range, so that is actually going to go up a lot higher in a lot of other situations. Even had a spotted ribbon. That's interesting. And I ended up with a Confederate, which means that I did damage to 6 or more enemy ships, and that damage was 20% or more of each of their basic HP. All right, so that was pretty decent, and I completed a task on my missions that I'm working on. Okay, we'll take a look at that here in just a bit. Ended up on top of the leaderboard with 2,379 base XP. Wow, okay. I didn't really get to see a couple of these others that were in the fight. I wasn't real impressed with what the Benson was doing, so I think I'll just leave things sitting the way they were. I know Otago did pretty good work over on the other side to get those numbers, but wasn't part of my fight. And I took, wow, 1,700,000 potential damage. So a lot of ordnance being thrown my way, and what didn't hit me caused the potential damage numbers to go up. Took out the Amagis, both of them. Took out the Kid. Darn close on the Hornet. I think that should have been mine. And I think I could have got the North Carolina, but oh well. Still did good damage and helped my team. And I'm bringing home 410,000 in credits, 1,769 free XP, and 35.5 in ship XP to help me get up to the tier 9, and 226 in Elite Commander XP, and then 4,500 in Commander XP, which I need all of that because I just started in on this ship. And she is decked out in her New Year's camo. The camo that comes with her is just hideous. I can't say that this is well. This is just gaudy, you know. But I can deal with that. Oh, nice! I got a compliment. I can deal with the New Year's camo, but let me show you what this camo could have looked like. All right, this is the camo that is available. These are flowers, and I don't know. It I just couldn't go into battle driving this around. This is bad enough. I'll stay with this one. Okay, well, anyway. Uh, so the Ipiranga has two turrets up forward with 2 barrels each, and looks like 3 turrets with 2 barrels each back aft. I haven't really noticed this one hiding back here, but yeah, it's there. And then secondary mounts. There are secondaries all over this thing. They're fast shooting secondaries, and they are even crazier on the tier 9 and the tier 10. And I've driven Schlieffen quite a bit, the German battleship that's such a secondary monster, and even the tier 9 can actually outdo the Schlieffen. That is really insane. And I don't know how long Wargaming is going to be able to allow this to last, because these ships cannot be this good. All right, I did complete that campaign, so let's take care of that. That's just collecting some stars, although I made good headway on a couple of others. Working on Yamamoto. Okay, I'm thinking that I'm just going to repeat the one for 3 million credits. I just need 2 more stars and then I'll be in the final round. Okay, so let's take a look at Ipiranga's captain. So I just started driving her knight. This was my third battle in her, and I started out with a 10-point captain that I had acquired, I think, as part of the thing to get. I don't remember. I had to pay something to bring this guy aboard, and he came aboard with 6. Oh, I know. I just bought a captain because I didn't have any. So I paid the credits and got 6 skill points, and then I used almost all of my Elite Commander XP. You see that the only Elite Commander XP I have is what I just earned in this battle. And so I used all of that plus a little bit of my free XP to buff him up to 10 points so that I could put Demolition Expert, grease the gears, so the Demolition Expert lights fires with my secondaries as well as my main guns when I use HE. Grease the gears to get my turrets turned quickly. Long range secondary battery so that I'm using those secondaries to the best that they can be used. And manual secondary battery aiming that allows me to select a ship, and then when I do, it decreases the reload time and improves the dispersion, the accuracy, and then that just gets better and better as long as they're shooting at something. So I've just maxed this out as a secondary battleship. The next thing that I will be working on getting will be uh, probably the emergency repair expert to give me an extra heal, although I haven't actually used all of my heals in any of a battle. Either we won quickly or I died quickly, depending on the battle. Anyway, I will continue working on that captain, and I'll push him up into the Tier 9 and the Tier 10 ships when we get there, because let's take a look here real quick at the tech tree for these guys. So the Los Andes and the Libertad, I've been seeing them in almost every ranked battle, and you're seeing them in all of the random battles, and they're very effective. They're very tough ships, and they just rain secondaries on you. They sprint around. They have good maneuverability. They have good detection range, and they just wreak havoc. Now, this line is a little bit weak on the armor, but they have a good heal, and so they tend to stay in the fight. So I'm gonna work this line. I like it. Until they nerf it, I'll keep going at it. So we just took a quick glimpse here. So let's uh, take a look. I have already buffed her up to the hull B. You want to do that anytime you're grinding ships. If you have some free XP, then go ahead and use your credits and free XP and buff these ships up. Don't go out into battle with a hull A. And then I'm using main armaments mod 1 to help keep my guns from getting bonked, although you saw that they did, and they do. I am running damage control systems mod 1 because the fires are a bit of a problem. And then in keeping with making this a real secondary monster, I'm running secondary battery mod 1 to give me extra range and decrease the dispersion so those shells are hitting where they're being aimed. Although the computer's doing the aiming, I am setting up the ship to make them most effective. And then I use steering gears mod 1 instead of the other damage control systems mod 2. because I really like having this maneuverability. I have actually been able to avoid a lot of the torps thrown at me in all of these games because I have that good maneuverability. And then the last one, Concealment Systems Mod 1, I find that that is pretty important on every ship. The less they can see of you, the less they're shooting at you. Oh, I am running low on my Juliet Charlies, so after we're done setting this up, I will go and buy some more because I don't want to get blown out of the water with one salvo. And then I have the India Yankees to help mitigate the fire damage, and the Juliet Yankee Bissau 2 to help mitigate problems with torpedoes, and the Hotel Yankee. I tend to run that on any of my battleships because you never know if you might have to get into a ramming situation. And sometimes it lets you take out a healthy ship and keep you alive. So uh, if that's what it takes, you got to be ready for it. And then I'm running the Mike Yankee Soxy 6 to extend the range even further on the secondaries and decrease the reload time and decrease the dispersion. So all of those elements are making this Ipiranga a Tier 8 secondary monster. Probably the most dangerous secondary ship that is at Tier 8 right now. That says a lot when you look at what the Massachusetts and Bismarcks can do, but and the Zeiton. But I think the Ipiranga is it's just crazy with those secondaries. And then I run the India Delta just to give me a little bit extra help with the heals. When I need to heal, I usually need a lot of heal. Okay, so there we go. That was Ipiranga in battle. I think she's a ship worth going out and getting. If you didn't pick her up when she was in the early access, then you're going to have to work your way up the line, but it's well worth it. And I expect that we'll probably see a video or two in the future from her Tier 9 and Tier 10 counterparts because Ipiranga is strong at Tier 8, but those two are already showing up as monsters at Tier 9 and Tier 10. Okay, well, you have a good evening, and I hope to see you in battle.